ever been in a UX workshop, chances are you've been asked to take a sticky dot and smack it on an item in a list or on a board as a way of saying, "That's important. I vote for that." If you have, congrats! You've done dot voting. Dot voting has been part of the facilitation toolkit since the beginning of workshop time. And for good reason. It's approachable, it's easy, it's engaging, and it is really a useful tool for understanding if and when alignment exists among your group. However, like any other tool, it's not a panacea, and it does have its potential pitfalls. These shouldn't stop you from using dot voting, but they are helpful to be aware of and plan for. The first pitfall to avoid is choice overload. There are too many options to vote on, making it too mentally taxing for participants to process all the items and too stressful for them to disperse their small, precious number of votes across the set. Don't overwhelm participants. Dot voting should only happen after a period of group discussion to build true understanding of all the options. Part of that discussion can incorporate an affinity diagramming exercise, where we cluster like items across the set into subgroups. Then those groupings are voted on, not the individual items, which narrows down the overall options, makes the process more manageable, and prevents vote splitting between overly similar items. The second pitfall to avoid is choice imbalance. Here, options are just too different to be compared using this simplistic one-question system of which is more important. If you have unequally weighted items in a set, maybe like ideas that are quick and easy to implement versus ideas that are difficult and resource intensive, you're better suited with a method that allows those ideas to be considered across multiple criteria. Something like an effort and impact matrix, where we rank ideas on both their overall potential impact plus the cost of their implementation. Or maybe a scorecard, where we list multiple considerations and score ideas across a set of independent factors like viability, usefulness, desirability, or anything else. Finally, beware of social bias. People are persuaded to vote on items that are popular or items that are important to others. Dot voting is typically a pretty visible process. Participants can literally see who's voting on what, so they might be subconsciously influenced by others' opinions. If you're concerned about this, just make the process less visible. After discussing the items, ask participants to vote individually and silently on a piece of paper first by writing down how they plan to distribute their votes, and then have them place the dots in the shared space. This lessens groupthink because people have their own individual space and time to process their thoughts before seeing others' thoughts. Here's the most important thing to remember. Rarely should dot voting be the end point or final word in a discussion. Rather, it's a tool to read the room, determine areas of alignment, and most importantly, elicit contributions and facilitate discussion. If you consider and plan for these pitfalls ahead of time, it's a valuable and productive activity.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nngroup.com, you can access our free library of over 2,000 UX articles. You can also register for one of our UX courses that offers live, hands-on UX training.